Hello everyone, my name is Fernandez. I am a digital sculptor, mainly specializing in figures for 3D printing, and I will be guiding you throughout this project in which we will use Character Creator and ZBrush to create our character. Here are my social media accounts, both my Instagram, where I post work more frequently, and my ArtStation account. On ArtStation, I only upload finished works. You can also follow me on my YouTube channel if you want to see some time lapses of the projects I'm working on, tutorials, reviews, and so on. So now that I've introduced myself, let's get started and dive right into our project. All right, so here we are in ZBrush. This is the default interface that comes with the program, but since I'm a bit pressed for time, I'm going to load my custom interface, which we'll include in the resources folder for you. So we're going to come over here to Preferences Configuration, and we're going to click here on Load UI and load it from the resources folder. You'll find this interface folder where our custom interface will be. Here you'll find a bunch of versions in case you have an older version of Z, but I'm going to load this one, the 2025 version. All right, let's load it, and that's it. It should appear for us. Now, by default, every time we start Z, we'll need to go to Preferences, Configuration, and click Store. With this, every time we open it, ZBrush, our custom interface, will already be loaded. All right, let's click Accept. When we restart, it will open automatically. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is press the comma key and load any of these files. One of these Dynamics files, for example, could work well. And what I'm going to do personally is set up my startup project. As you can see here, now the shortcuts appear, which otherwise we would have to go and find. Searching through the different menus and submenus here. And it takes much longer. All right then. Each of these then is the equivalent of some of the menus that are here in the palettes. So as I said, what I'm going to do now is create a new default document. So I'm going to come here to Document, and the first thing will be to change the dimensions. I'm going to set it to Full HD here, 1920 by 1080. And that way, if I want to create a video, a time-lapse, or whatever, I already have the correct dimensions. We say yes. I press Ctrl-N to clear the canvas, we press and drag, and now we can click here on Edit. So now the dimensions we have are Full HD. We turn off Perspective and Ground, and I'm also going to change the background. This background is a bit light, and sometimes it doesn't let you see the shadows well, so I'm going to come here to Color and set these values to 24, 24, and 24. And now here we go to Document and press this back button. Now the background is set to a darker color. I set the color back to white, and that's it. And then the only thing we could change further is that if I do a render now, I'm going to press Shift-R to render. And we would end up with these ugly shadows that don't look good at all. So I'm going to change the position of the light a bit, which we can do directly here or by coming over here. To light, it's the same button, and I'm going to change a few things. From the render preferences so that the shadows look a bit more appealing. All right, so I'm going to go down here. Set the shadow strength to 0.8, increase the raise to 50, the angle to 25, and lower the resolution to 2000. Okay, leave blur as it is, and here we can set this offset to -1. All right, with this Shift-R, it generates renders that are a bit more attractive and on top of that are quick to preview. Okay, that's it. This would be my default file, and we can save it directly from File System Save As, and I'm going to save it here as Oscar Fernandez. That way I know it's my file. Double click. We replace it perfect. And now when I press the comma, I'll have it ready. Here, it's important to save it in this path, and that's it. All right, let's continue. The next thing we're going to do is load the brushes, which might not show up here for you. So we've also left you here inside the interface. The starter brushes and all these brushes need to be placed in this path. So I would select all the brushes here, Ctrl-C to copy. And we go to the path where ZBrush installs the brushes that will open when you launch the program, which would be this one. So you go to this path according to the specifications of your own computer, and we would put them inside this folder, inside Z Startup, Brush Presets. And here we would paste the brushes we just copied. All right, with that, everything is set up and we can start working on our project. So let's get to it.